Stacy's Kitchen is brought to you by Persad's The Food King Supermarket and Chatak Quality Food Products.
Welcome to Stacy's Kitchen, and on today's episode of Stacy's Kitchen we will be cooking up a Thanksgiving feast. So on today's menu we'll be having meatloaf, pumpkin pie, cornbread, dinner rolls, stuffing, and of course our turkey. So guys, please stick around, and most important, let's head on down to Persad's The Food King Supermarket, where we'll be getting all these wonderful ingredients at the best prices. Hey, so come on, let's go. So we are here at Persad's The Food King Supermarket in Princestown, and to start our menu today we are going to get, I would say, one of the most important things for Thanksgiving. We are going to get our turkey. Okay, so I'm seeing a really nice guy here. Oh, this turkey looks really, really nice. Alright, so we have our turkey. Alright, so let's get started with our spices for seasoning this turkey. Alright, so I'm going to be using a couple dried herbs from Chatak. So I'm going to go with the parsley and oregano, of course. So instead of using normal ground green seasoning from home, guys, it's all in these packs. You don't even have to go and do all of that. And of course I'm going to get my paprika, some ground black pepper, of course, yes, and our ginger. Alright, so I'm going to do a dry rub on the turkey, so that's why I'm getting these seasonings. Okay, so we're going to actually get also a pack of the savory herbs stuffing as well. So I'm going to put some of this in the turkey stuffing, and I'm going to get some breadcrumbs. Alright, so that's it for our turkey. Now we're gonna get stuff for our breads. And seeing that we are right here on this flour lane, I am going to get a pack of flour. So this will be used for our dinner rolls. Another treat we're going to be doing, we are going to be doing a meatloaf. So I'm here to get my halal minced beef, and guys, these prices are so amazing. Look at that. So I'm going to get a couple packs of the minced beef. So guys, what is a Thanksgiving feast when friends are coming over without dessert? So I'll be doing a pumpkin pie, which is a favorite, and well, you know, judging from the amount of stuff I'm getting here, we are having people over for Thanksgiving dinner. We just want to be thankful for, you know, everything in these times as well. So let me get some stuff for my pumpkin pie. Okay, so I'm going to get some extra heavy whipping cream. So this makes your pumpkin pie nice and fluffy. And I'm going to get some cream cheese as well.
to the Chatak Kitchen, where it's tastier and spicier. For even more taste, cook with Chatak's Amchar Masala, saffron, ground jeera and black pepper. Mix in Chatak's mild, spicy Madras curry. Get a burst of excitement with a mango amchar, homsade and mango kuchila, lime and pepper chunks, West Indian hot sauce and lime pepper sauce. Plus, Chatak's tamarind and mango chutneys are perfect with kalori and sahina. So make your kitchen a Chatak kitchen. Chatak's fruit products, bringing good taste to life.
You're watching ACTN The Voice. ACTN The Voice, your family-friendly station.
Okay guys, so it's turkey prep time. So my turkey was washed. I washed it with some flour, lime and vinegar. And now I'm going to season my turkey. So guys, I have an infusion of a couple of spices from Chatak. I'm using the all-purpose seasoning, their basil, their chili powder, their paprika, and some of the oregano. I mixed it with some butter, and I'm going to use some of their fresh green seasoning as well. And I'm using a glove because the butter usually takes some time. It's very greasy, of course, and you don't want to spend too much time washing your hands after. So it's wise to use a glove. All right, so I'm getting under the skin. And the butter usually keeps the turkey moist. Turkey is a very dry meat, so it's important when you're seasoning to get some grease in there, or something that encourages moisture. All right, so as you can see, I'm getting under the skin, so the seasonings can infuse into the meat. All right, so I'm basically doing a dry rub at first. And the butter helps it to stick to the meat. All right, so we're getting in there. All right, my gloves are coming off. All right, so I'm going to put some of the Chatak green seasoning as well. And you know, we in Trinidad, we love our green seasoning. But it actually works very well on turkey. And I'm also using a bit of the Chatak's ground garlic. We're gonna leave this guy to marinate for maybe about 15 to 20 minutes, and then we're gonna bake this turkey for about 2 hours on 350 degrees. So I'm gonna get started on my dinner rolls next. Okay guys, so I am going to prep my dinner rolls. So I have some flour here. I'm using 4 cups of flour, and I'm going to put some melted butter, and I have some yeast that is proofed here already. And guys, the full recipe will be on the show. I'm adding my milk, and to that I'm adding 2 eggs. Okay, so I am going to mix this up in the mixer. All right, so I'm going to start on a low speed. So if I need to add any more liquid, I will. All right, so after this is finished kneading basically in the mixer, we're going to let it rest for at least half an hour before baking. All right, so I'm just going to take this off the hook like that. And I'm just going to add a little handful of dry flour, and we're going to let this rest. So we have a nice spongy soft dough. And these go very well when it's hot with some butter. Look at that. Perfect. Alright, there's barely anything coming off in my hand, so that means it's perfect texture. Alright, so I'm going to leave this to rest for about half an hour till it doubles the size, and then we're going to bake these up. Okay guys, so now I'm going to do my cornbread. So I'm going to put the butter into my eggs as well as my milk, and I'm going to beat that up a bit. So I'm whisking that together. So we are whisking the butter, the eggs and the milk, and now I'm going to put my sugar. So I'm using granulated sugar because cornbread is a bit sweet. And in this bowl, I have a combination of my cornmeal, my flour, and my baking powder. All right, so now I'm going to combine the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients. All right, so we have a nice fluffy batter here. All right, so you see that? Nice and thick. All right, so this doesn't take very long, so we're gonna pour that into my greased bowl. All right, so get a spatula so you can get everything out. So this cornbread is ready for the oven. Alright, so we're going to stick this into the oven to bake at 350 degrees. Okay, so now I'm going to set up my green bean casserole, which is a Thanksgiving tradition. Very simple. And a bit more on the healthy side, I should say. All right, so I am sauteing my butter. And to that, I'm going to add maybe like a cup of flour. So I'm going to form a roux. This is what we call a roux. So we're just doing butter and flour just to thicken the sauce, the base. Okay, and to that, I'm going to add 1 tin of cream of mushroom. All right, now to that, I'm going to add 1 cup of milk. And then we're gonna let this cook up nicely. Cream of mushroom has salt already, so I will not add too much salt to that. But I will add some black pepper. All right, so I'm going in with some of Chatak's ground black pepper. Some parsley. Some paprika powder, all from Chatak, and a hint of chili powder. We always have to have some spice in our green bean casserole. I know not everybody are fans of green beans, but it tastes yummy. I am going to add some cheese to that. All right, so this is basically our cheese sauce for our casserole. And so I have my green beans already blanched. Okay, so blanch means just in a bit of hot water to slightly cook it, and it gives it a nice bright green color. So I'm gonna add that to my dish. And I have some more vegetables here that I cut up already, some mushrooms and red bell peppers. So I'm gonna add that to it. All right, so I'm gonna add some onions to this, green beans as well, some pimentos, some garlic finely chopped, because you know it's Trini Thanksgiving. All right, so I'm gonna put a little bit of chili powder. I added my salt already, just a sprinkle of the Chatak chili powder. Okay, so now I'm going to incorporate my cheese sauce. So I'm going to turn the stove off here. Alright, so we're going to pour this all over this green beans mixture. Alright, so we're going to spread it evenly. Ooh, that looks amazing. I am going to top this with a bit more of this cheese and some breadcrumbs. That looks beautiful. And I'm just going to go in with a bit more cheese just to keep it together. Guys, this is going to taste amazing. Trust me. If you never eat string beans before or green beans, you're gonna actually like this recipe. Okay guys, and just remember all these lovely ingredients we got. It's from Persad's The Food King supermarket and also Chatak for their lovely herbs and spices. Okay, so we're gonna put this green bean casserole into the oven for about 20 minutes and it should be good then.
Welcome to the Chatak's Kitchen, where it's tastier and spicier. For even more taste, cook with Chatak's Amchar Masala, saffron, ground jeera and black pepper. Mix in Chatak's mild, spicy Madras curry. Get a burst of excitement with a mango amchar, pomsade and mango kuchila, lime and pepper chunks, West Indian hot sauce and lime pepper sauce. Plus, Chatak's tamarind and mango chutneys are perfect with pylori and sahina. So make your kitchen a Chatak kitchen. Chatak's fruit products, bringing good taste to life.
You're watching ACTN The Voice. ACTN The Voice, your family-friendly station.
Okay guys, so our green bean casserole is almost ready. Doesn't that look amazing? All right, so to this I'm gonna add some of these onion crisps. Or you can make your homemade onion rings and add it on the top of it. But I love these. Give it such a nice crunch. All right, so I'm just gonna stick this back into the oven for 5 minutes and then it's ready. So I'm about to start my pumpkin pie. So I'm gonna begin with the dough. So I have some flour here. I also have some Chatak spices infused into this flour, some ginger, some clove powder, and I have a bit of salt, some granulated sugar. And to this I'm gonna add 1 cup of cold butter. All right, so the trick in this is for it to be flaky. So we don't want to use a mixer per se, so we're going to use a fork. And I also have here 5 tablespoons of very cold water. All right, so this is almost ready. I'm just getting all that cold butter and the cold water incorporated into the dough. And so now I'm just going to use my hands and bring this together. All right, so I'm just going to put this dough in a piece of plastic wrap and let it sit for a couple minutes. Okay guys, so I'm going to do my pumpkin pie filling. So in this bowl here, I have my crushed pumpkin, my cream cheese, my eggs, and I'm going to add some of this Chatak ground ginger. We must have ginger in our pumpkin pie. And also 1 tin of this condensed milk, some fresh ginger as well. I added 1 teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to put some of my pumpkin spice. So this is a blend of nutmeg, cinnamon, you know, all of that. So guys, as I keep saying, the recipe will be posted on the show. So let's give this a mix. All right, so that is nicely combined there. Okay, so I'm going to flour my counter. Right, and I'm going to take my dough out, press it out a bit. Now guys, remember this is a flaky dough. Roll it out nice and thin. Okay, so I'm going to spray my dish. Alright, so I'm going to put my dough into this dish here, like so. Alright. And you could just pinch it on the ends of the baking dish. Alright, it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay guys, so now I'm going to pour my pumpkin mixture into the pan, to the dough. Alright, you want to get all that goodness in there. And I'm just going to sprinkle some of my pumpkin spice to finish this off. Alright, so now it's ready for the oven. So we have to handle with care. Okay guys, so our rolls are ready and looking yummy. So I'm just gonna baste it with some creamy butter. In time.
That's amazing. I know. Oh my gosh. I'm ready. I'm hungry.
Well, Kim, you know you always ready. You're always ready, yeah.
That's one for this.
Well, you guys can go have a seat. Dinner will be ready in about 20 minutes.
Okay, great.
Okay guys, so I am finishing up my meatloaf here, and guys, I used all these herbs and spices from Chatak. Oh my god, it's amazing. This chili powder gives it a really nice kick, so we're gonna put a little bit of that in there, and this all-purpose seasoning, trust me, it's to die for. So let me just get this in here. So guys, I put my tomato paste, my fresh tomatoes, and of course our meat, fresh onions, garlic. So we're now gonna put this to bake. I'm just gonna add a little bit more of this breadcrumbs. This looks nice and juicy. All right, so I have a long pan, and I'm going to put my meat into this parchment paper. All right, so That's why we call it meatloaf. It looks like a loaf now. Okay, so before I put it into the oven, I'm just going to make my topping. So I'm going to be using some tomato paste, and I'm going to add some of Chatak's chili powder, some of their paprika, and some oregano. Alright, so this gives the meatloaf a really, really nice flavor. Alright, so you see how nice this looks, guys? Alright, so I'm just gonna coat the top of my meatloaf with my paste. Alright, so we're gonna stick this into the oven. Like I said, 350 degrees for about 38 minutes. Okay guys, so I'm on my final recipe here. So I'm going to do our stuffing. So I had some butter heating in my skillet, and I'm just gonna add some herbs, also some mushrooms, and to that I'm gonna add my stuffing mix. I'm gonna mix this up nicely. So you would notice my stuffing is not soggy at all. You just wanna put maybe to that box of stuffing mix, probably a half cup of boiling water. And I'm also going in with some Parmesan cheese. I'm gonna just top this with some of my grated cheese and some of these breadcrumbs. But I'm going to stick it in the oven for just a few minutes. All right? Come in.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Hey!
Now you're singing my song.
Yes.
I'm loving it. I'm ready. I'm ready. I came ready.
Of course you are. So this is stuffing, Stacy's Kitchen style.
Stacy's Kitchen style.
Yeah, so
Best.
of course. So you can go have a seat. We'll be ready in a few.
Okay, thanks.
So guys, we are finished with our Thanksgiving feast. So now it's time to partake. So that's it here from Stacy's Kitchen. Hope each and every one of you have a happy Thanksgiving. Don't forget to try the recipes, and if you want a more detailed layout of the ingredients, just message us at 393-ACTN. On behalf of the entire crew at Stacy's Kitchen and ACTN The Voice, happy Thanksgiving.